I just did one of the crazier interviews I've ever done. It's about 11:30 at night on a Monday in California. And I was speaking to a team in Singapore in their workday that says they can read your mind using AI. Now, what do they mean by that? What they can do is they can put people, a handful of people, and I mean a handful of people, so far they've done it with 3 people, into an MRI machine, show them a picture of something, and then have AI read not the image, but the brain scan, the MRI data, and then it reproduces the image that the MRI data, the brain scan, suggests to it. So basically, you show me a picture, and the AI shows you a version of that same picture by reading it out of my brain. Now, there are all kinds of ethical issues here. I mean, in a world of greedy corporations and authoritarian regimes and the slippery slopes we all know that the worst actors fall down immediately when it comes to new tech, there's some really scary stuff here. And even the researchers say that they wouldn't necessarily be up for signing up for this in a commercial setting, that they only are comfortable doing it in this sort of academic kind of protected way. But the thing that was really interesting was it turns out that when you have separate people doing the same visual stimuli, when you show an image to 2 people, the thing that comes out the other end is very different in this kind of dreamlike hallucinatory way. It's similar enough that you could look at both of them and say, okay, that's a building, or, oh, okay, that's a fire truck. But it's a slightly different fire truck at a different angle with a slightly different shade of red. And that difference is really interesting. On the one hand, they were pointing out that it makes computer scientists crazy, that they get yelled at conferences by computer scientists who say, you haven't represented the real truth of the image. But what they say, what they're most interested in, what the neuroscientists are interested in, is the fact that everybody is a little bit different, and that those little perceptual differences speaks to something about how our brains process reality in this individualized way. Anyway, their long-term goal, and again, I'm not kidding when I say this, is that someday we'll be able to just beam images to each other without having to, take a picture and send it on our phones. That we're going to sort of revolutionize communication by making it a brain-to-brain kind of thing. I don't know, man. That was a lot. That was a lot on a Monday.